Ashtavakragita, chapter 2, verse 20. Body, heaven and hell, bondage and freedom, as also fear, all of these are mere imagination. What have I to do with all these? I, who am pure consciousness. The sage is saying, body, heaven and hell, bondage and freedom, and fear, etc., are all imagination. What am I to do with body, heaven, hell, bondage, freedom, fear? What is my part in all of these? While I have figured out all of these are mere imagination. Let's see why these words are being used in this verse and how it is linked to our daily lives. The sage is trying to help us see our responsibility or duty that would be raised from the concepts of the body, heaven and hell, bondage and freedom, and fear. It's from the body consciousness that the responsibility or duty arises. The fear of our deeds is something which leads to concepts like heaven and hell, which in turn arises the responsibility or duty. I am in bondage and I need freedom. This thought arises responsibility or duty. I am in fear and I need to come out of this fear is when the responsibility or duty arises. The sage is saying all of these, which is time bound, is all imagination. So, what do we do if all of these are mere imagination? The mind needs reference to do something and to reach some place. If all of these are imagination, what do we do? Let's see what the sage has to say for this. And let's take this opportunity to trust the sage and see where we are. And let's take this opportunity to see the real I. Let's take this opportunity to see our real nature and negate all the faults that has been acquired. What is there when all of these concepts has been dropped? This silence is God. The sage has spoken about this silence in many of the previous verses. If you would like to listen to those verses, you can find the playlist link in the description. Where is the responsibility or duty in this silence? I am pure consciousness. If I am pure consciousness, then what is left? The mind might think, if there is no responsibility or duty, then there is nothing for me to do. There is no action required at all. That's not true. The sage is not telling us to not do anything. In fact, the sage is saying that everything that you do is precious if your responsibility or duty is in finding this purity. Every action from this place is pure, and every action from here would be without bondage. There would be no confusion with our actions. It just flows. The action would not be presumed, or it's not with any of the intention to consume anything. It's pure flow and complete. The sage is showing us a path in each and every verse. The sage is helping us in this journey beautifully. We will have to see that. If these verses touches our heart, then this path, this journey, or each and every step in this journey is blissful. The action would be such that everything is done without doing anything. It is that pure flow. If we observe, this body consciousness is something which is making us incomplete. I am body is the first incompleteness. Why is that? If I am body, then I have created a prison by limiting myself. And then the ego creates many identities. And there'll be many bondages which will be wrapped around these identities. This identity itself is a shelter for all the bondages. We are incomplete. And if we are incomplete, then this world also is incomplete. If the source is incomplete, then nothing from outside can satisfy. This is duality, where I am incomplete and this world is also incomplete. This incompleteness that we feel cannot be completed by anything that we see in this world. We know this, right? Else we would have been complete by now with all the offerings of this world. We keep on doing many things in this world, but still, it's just on the surface where the false completion is felt. Else, we would have always been in joy in this world. The sage is helping us to find that completion which is not time bound, which is not on the surface. But when we see the world is true and I am also true, if I am true and the world is true, this becomes the reason for our suffering. The sage says, let's see the truth. Let's first see who I am. Let's come out of all the concepts of what I have acquired till now and see the real I. I'll have to come out of all these imaginations that I have created around me to see the truth. That is the only way to end the suffering. Know the reality that this world is my shadow and there is nothing special that I can find in this shadow, because I can't find anything special which is not present in me, and I'm trying to find that speciality. The sage is saying, my dear ones, see this truth. There is only pure consciousness. With this understanding, there is no bondage, there is no incompleteness. From all the understanding that we had from this verse, let's inquire, how much importance should I give to all the bondages and the fears? How are my actions? From where are my actions arising from? Where is the ego in my actions? Is my actions towards feeding the ego and making it bigger, or to identify my pure nature? Are these actions with any intentions? Are my actions in flow? Is my responsibility or duty towards the pure consciousness? Is there deep silence and bliss within?